Yo, this is Jake and Pellizzeri from Sleepwaker.
I'm Frankie Mish from Sleepwaker, and this is our first concert.
My first concert was the band Red. Have you ever heard of Red?
Yeah, I know Red. I didn't know that.
That was my first concert. I went with my dad, and I was totally blown away. Like, they had the twin guitarist that would do the guitar spin around their back, and I was so old. So yeah, I was probably about like 8 years old. Yeah, I was probably about 8 years old, and it was a band that I listened to, but my dad and we just kind of listened to the same thing when I was younger, and he enjoyed that a lot. But it was at the intersection in Grand Rapids, and it was a killer time. It was such a good experience.
So my first show was Red Hot Chili Peppers. My parents surprised me with the tickets to, it was at Van Andel Arena in Grand Rapids. And it was really cool. I mean, like, I've never seen a show before, but it had Flea and him doing like all his tricks and like flips off his cabs and everything. And they had such an insane light video show in the background. It was so cool. And that's kind of what made me want to like do more production stuff with like Sleepwaker and all these other projects I'm in. But yeah, like then my first metal show was All Stars tour in Grand Rapids with Icy Stars, For the Fallen Dreams, Like Monster Flames, Make Me Famous, and a couple, I think one more. Yeah, that was my first metal show, and I was 13, I think. 12. And Hunter, our vocalist, and I went with that to that show, and it was so sick. It was incredible. Like, seeing For the Fallen Dreams and hearing that they were from Grand Rapids, I was like, that's my hometown. That's really cool. They're like a national touring band. I didn't know those existed in my town.
Yeah, this is doable.
Yeah, now I found like all the other bands in our area, and it's so sick. Yeah, it's really, really fun to see the scene from back then now.
Mm-hmm. My first metal show was actually Whitechapel. And I guess I got into the metal scene kind of late, like the actual like heavier scene. That would have been, I just graduated, so I was like 18 or 19, and man, did that blow my mind. Like, that, I wanted to be in bands after seeing that show, but I also really wanted to do screaming vocals. Like, Phil Bozeman made me just fall in love right there.
Went from beatboxing to screaming.
Yeah. I was never a beatboxer, that is not the truth.